présente?
The ugly dog.
Cool. The lonely boy and the ugly dog. In a village by the river, on a sidewalk made of wood, this is the sidewalk made of wood, sat a lonely boy in a lonely sort of mood. He was a quiet kind of boy who liked to dream a lot. The other boys were all laugh at him and even call him odd. Look, these are the other kids playing in a river. And this is the lonely boy on this side, you know? All the wood put on stilts. On sunny day, the village boys play by the riverside. They run about, they laugh, they splash, they drift with the tide. They didn't see the little boy, they didn't really care. The little boy who longed to play, but simply didn't care. This is the lonely boy. The boy was lonely, he was sad. He often wondered, am I that bad? And in a hole, there is a dog. Under the sidewalk, in a dark and dirty place, sat an ugly little dog with an ugly little face. He whimpered as he did himself. His heart was filled with fear. He looked so strange and smelled so bad that no one would go near. Look, all the dogs are walking away from this very smelly dog. And they even bark at him. So he feels like fear. Look, people say, go away, get lost. They knock at him. And though the other village dogs had friends and a lot of food, no one loves this scary mutt, and no one thought they could. But they turned their backs on this poor dog, afraid that he would bite. They thought he was a horrible beast, and they ran away in fright. So the dog was ugly, he was sad, and he often wondered, am I that bad? But one bright and sunny morning, as the boy played all alone, he found the dog inside a hole and leered at it with a bone. Terrified but full of hope, the dog crept to the boy. The fear it felt inside his heart quite quickly turned to joy. Look, the little boy offered him a bone. The boy, you see, was kind of hot and hugged the little stray. The dog was foul and ugly, but he loved it anyway. From that day on, the little dog was always with his friend. The ugly dog that no one loved went everywhere he went. They wandered through the village place, they chased the bleating goats, they ran along the riverside, they sat on a fishing boat. You see the fishing boat? It's upside down. The boy was glad he had friends, and the dog was ugly but content. I will call you Red, he said one day, because you have a patch. It's red here, below your ear, the place you like to scratch. Look, there is a red mark. So it's now the boy is back to his house, and his parents said, no, I don't want the dog to get inside the house. The boy loved Red, but Dad didn't. Neither did his mom. They said, stay out of the house. On a dark and windy evening, the moon rose in the night. The dog woke up and sniffed the air. It didn't smell quite right. Something is wrong, but what is this? I smell it in the air. A smell so bad and terrible. It comes from over here. What's up?
Fire!
Fire! There's a big fire. It's coming near, so very near. Oh no, it's a fire. A big bad thing that burns so hot. It never seems to tire. It's coming near. Must help my boy. Wake up, wake up! I call, so the wind is so loud. He doesn't hear at all. So what is the dog doing? The door is shut, but I must try. So he's digging a hole below the door, and he kept doing. He must not fail, and he managed to sneak into the house. At last the hole was big enough, and the ugly dog managed to get in. He ran to wake the little boy and everyone within. So he ran into the house to wake up the whole family because the house is burning. The whole village is burning. They all jump up, ran out the door, escaping safe and sound. They stood aside and watched the flames burn houses to the ground. So the whole house is burned to the ground. Then Mum and Dan, they went to Red, they hugged him, they said, "This is little hero, save us all. This little hero, Red, and look, his paws are bleeding, his tail is burned and grey. He risked his life to come to us, he didn't run away." The neighbors and the villagers, they all came by to stare. "What is that thing? It's hurt and lame. Why is it even there? Let's chase him out, let's scare him off, let's hit him on the snout." "Yes, go away, you ugly thing, get out, get out." So the neighbors are trying to kick the dog out. They are jealous, and what the little boy and their parents are saying, they are yelling back to the neighbors. They say, "This dog may look all dirty and may even stink, but look inside and you will find he is braver than what you think. He faced the fire, he saved our lives, he is loyal to the end, and in return we will care for him and we will love him like a friend." And the neighbors, they felt very embarrassed and ashamed. The villagers all turned away, ashamed. They didn't see that little Red was just a dog who loved so faithfully. As weeks went by, the early dog and boy and Dan and Mum rebuilt their hut, made a roof with rattan and palm. This is made of wood. They brought bricks of wood, and they managed to build a new house. The day had come, their hut was done, they looked at it with pride. Then Mum and Dad and little boy, they took their place inside. And they invited the dog and they said, "Look, come inside, this is your house, you can walk right in." And the lonely boy that had no friends was happy as can be. The ugly dog that no one loved now had a family. Voila. So it's a true story. It's based from a story of campaign villages that were built of wood and on stilts, back from the 1950s in Singapore, where very poor people were living there. And there is a river there. You see, there is a painting from the 1975. And this is the story of a big fire that happened in Bukit Ho Swee in 1961, which has burned the whole village. And this is where the government has decided to construct new villages not made of wood anymore because they could be put on fire. Voila, thank you all, bye bye.